Fear, does fear rule you? This too shall pass. Stone Soup, a Fable. A long time ago, in a small ancient village, a farmer spots 3 soldiers on the edge of town. He runs into the marketplace, shouting a warning, "Quick! Close your doors and lock your windows. Hungry soldiers are coming, and they'll take away all our food." The soldiers were hungry and began knocking on doors and asking for something to eat. The first villager told him that his cupboards were bare. The second villager tells him the same thing. The next door does not even open. One of the hungry soldiers says, "I have an idea. Let's make some stone soup." The other soldiers agree and approach yet another door. They knock, and as the door opens, the soldier says, "Excuse me, do you have a cauldron or some firewood? We would like to make some stone soup." The villager, thinking there's no risk, says, "Soup from stones. This I've got to see." "Sure, I'll help." So she gave them a cauldron and some firewood, and the soldiers went on their way. They bring the water to a boil and place 3 large stones in the pot. News spreads and the villagers begin to gather. "Soup from stones. This we have to see. I had no idea you can make soup from stones," says a villager. "Sure you can. You sure can," reply the soldiers. Tired of standing around, a villager asks, "Can I help? Perhaps if you had a few potatoes to spare, that would make the stone soup even better." The villager leaves and returns with some potatoes and adds them to the simmering stones. Another villager asks, "How can I help?" "Well, carrots would make the soup taste even better," replies a soldier. The villager returns with about a dozen carrots and adds them to the simmering pot. Others add barley, garlic, leeks, and even poultry. After a while, one of the soldiers calls out, "It's done," and shares the soup with everyone in the town to enjoy. The villagers are heard saying, "Soup from stones, it tastes so good." What message did you receive from this fable? The farmers and the villagers were afraid and feared the soldiers. Fear is a powerful negative emotion that clouds judgment. Fear equals false evidence appears real. The soldiers were hungry and asked for food, but the villagers were afraid. The soldiers realized that asking for help was not working. They kept their same goal, food, but changed the way they acted and tried to attain their goal. They kept the goal, but changed the plan. People are curious, and the soldiers used that to their advantage. They didn't use force. They were polite and respectful. People loved to help and contribute. The villagers began to see the soldiers differently. The fear they had vanished, and the villagers decided they wanted to help, and they offered resources. Everyone that contributed makes the soup better. The soldiers were smart and understood human nature. Once the soup was done, they didn't keep it all for themselves. They did not see the pot of soup as their last meal. The soldiers saw abundance, not limitation. They were not greedy. They shared it with the villagers. Sharing creates goodwill and makes you feel good. Think about how you can use that same idea in your own relationships and businesses. Take action.